Tonight's regular meeting in the village of Herkimer was just that, a regular meeting. However, in addition to the posted agenda, had residents talking even before it began. Our Eyewitness News reporter Shelby Pay was there for that meeting. She tells us more.
As a reminder, the notice that was written on top of tonight's agenda was stated as follows. Any persons desiring to address the board shall first secure the permissions of the presiding officer. After motion is made by the board, no person shall address the board without first securing the permission to do so. Any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who shall become boisterous while addressing the board, shall be forthwith, by the presiding officer, barred from further attendance before the board, and removed from the meeting by the chief of police upon instruction given by the presiding officer for the purpose of maintaining order and decorum. This statement certainly stirred things up at Municipal Hall, but Chief of Police Mike Jory says this was actually his idea.
There was no intentions here of quieting anybody. It's just quieting them during the meeting. You know, if we do it the right way, that's great. But you know, I think Scott would say the same thing as department heads. We don't speak at all until spoken to, and it's just sometimes when we're sitting there and hearing 14, 15 conversations behind us. So that was the intent. It's not to silence anybody. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings. It is the law. I suggest we do amend it, and I told that to the mayor a couple times in the past. And like Mr. Rossi says, 1999, it's 24 years ago. Updating it's not a bad idea either. So, but that's the intent. That was my suggestion.
And president of the New York Coalition for Open Government, Paul Wolf, advised that there's actually nothing illegal going on here. According to Wolf, every public body is allowed to establish their own rules for handling public comments if they desire. The open meetings law does not require that the public be allowed to comment at meetings, but a village board can allow comments if they wish. This is a valid rule for maintaining order and decorum during a meeting. The rub is always what constitutes personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or what constitutes boisterous behavior. However, he does add that it's unclear how people would have the opportunity to secure the permission of the presiding officer to speak unless there's a set time on the agenda for comments. I've reached out to the village board and its attorney, Vincent Rossi, but have not yet heard back. At tonight's meeting, the protocol was to raise your hand if you wanted to speak, and Mayor Dana Sherry would then call on people to share their thoughts. As Chief Jory said earlier, this law was put into place over 24 years ago and does need some editing. We'll keep you updated on what changes, if any, are implemented. Also happening tonight, residents voiced concerns over a lack of clean drinking water. They say that for years, their water has looked like this, and nothing is being done. I'll be following up on that in the next coming days, so be sure to keep up with us so you don't miss a thing. But for now, reporting in the village of Herkimer, I'm Shelby Pay, Eyewitness News, first at 10.
Issue is